Enjoying some iced tea today. I drink mine unsweetened. I'm mindful of my youth minister growing up, the late Charlie Hamill. Loved to drink iced tea, but he liked to sweeten his tea. And one of his pet peeves was he would get his tea just perfect, just perfectly sweetened. And he'd be in a restaurant somewhere and he'd have about half a glass, and the waitress would come and just pour the tea in without asking him. It used to frustrate him like crazy. Anyway, that actually might be one of the reasons I drink it unsweetened, but it's always refreshing. Mark chapter 11, verses 22 to 26, Jesus helps us as regarding the issue of prayer. First and foremost, he tells us that we need to pray believing. We need to have faith in God. Don't question, don't doubt. We need to pray believing. That's number one. Number two, he has this comment about asking what we will and it'll be given unto us. The best commentary on the Bible is the Bible, 1 John chapter 5, verse 14 and 15. John says that this is the confidence that we have, that anything we ask according to his will, we know that he hears us. And if we know that he hears us, then we have the request that we ask of him. So number one, pray believing. Don't pray doubting, pray believing. Number two, pray according to God's will. And then number three and last, he says, anytime you stand praying and you remember that you're holding something against another person, you're nursing a grudge, you haven't forgiven them, he simply says forgive, and your Father in heaven will forgive you. The psalmist reminds us, saying that if I regard iniquity in my heart, you will not hear me. I've always said and often said that we need to keep short accounts with God and with other people. You can't necessarily repair relationships. Some people have no longer with us, may not be able to be reconciled, but the one thing you can do in any and every case, if you choose, you can forgive. You can release that person into God's care. Let go and let God. In this little passage, cursing of the fig tree, are some wonderful principles as to how we can pray more effectively, pray better. Number one, pray believing. Number two, pray according to God's will. And number three, before you ask God, you need to practice forgiveness, even as God, for Christ's sake, has forgiven us. Hope you've had a wonderful day. God bless you. Have a good evening. I think I'll get back to enjoying some iced tea.